Probably get started soon. If this is a sponsor stream, they're like, "Oh, why do you sit there for like 10 minutes, thumb up your ass and all that?" But no, it's just how I do my streams. I'm sorry. So yeah, as you can see on the center there, there's a site called Keymailer. I saw some all use a bunch to get review copies of games, and I thought it'd be fun to do so myself. But unfortunately, I don't exactly have a stream following. So I usually get rejected for codes, and so that led me to just sign up for random games I had a passing interest in, and I didn't actually expect to get approved for some of them. But I'll make do and I'll play them. So let's boot into the first one, which is, as seen on the top, a game called Colorizing. It is, as described on the Steam page, a coloring by numbers game for relaxation, a coloring book that is a guarantee of good mood. So that's what we're going to be playing today. And have not booted into this game yet. Oh, made with Unity. And so I'm hoping it doesn't shatter my eardrums as soon as it starts. I do like how it's immediately just made for Unity. But if I ever make Unity games, which I won't, because I'm probably just gonna use Godot. I would have to deal with that watermark myself too, so it's just amusing if anything. It seems quiet as hell, which is a pleasant surprise because I was expecting it to be deafening. Oh, this is already at max volume, and it's already very quiet. It looks like there's anti-aliasing in some parts and not on others, and it's like confusing the hell out of me. Like my eyes just look like they're blurring when I'm looking at the text. It's a very relaxing game, you know, like, you know. No, I'm not putting in. That's gonna get me muted. It's a very relaxing game. Let's leave it volume as is, and it'll probably be fine. So I barely looked into this because I think games are more fun the little you know about them. But it seems that you can see it right here, over 100 levels. I was gonna say over 140 levels. No, it ends in 140. I've never actually played coloring games. I'm going to be real. I thought this was a Picross game when I signed up for it. I thought this was a Picross game. Then I looked more into it, and it's a coloring game. The coloring games are neat too. Yeah, coloring. Yeah. Oh, it is weird how it just like shows gamepad stuff even if I'm playing with mouse right now. I'm kind of used to games just like hot swapping. I mean, I can get the appeal. It's like a very chill thing to just vibe with and relax to. I don't know why I'm using my mouse for this when I have a drawing tablet I can use to make this more authentic. Hold on. Yeah, that's like I'm actually coloring. Oh, well, you don't even have to choose the color; it just automatically does it for you. Which means I could just do this, I guess. I kind of wish it would let you, like, color it wrong, so you actually had to, like, put some discipline into it, rather than just, like, slamming your hand against it over and over. But I've never played Coloring Pixels, so I don't know if that's, like, the design of these games. Right. See, options. You know, it's just sound and video. What languages do they have? Français. Retour. Jouer. Niveau. Oh fuck. Deux. It's niveau 2. Appuyez sur un bouton pour démarrer. Fuck. The French bird we're painting right now. I kind of wish it was a toggleable option here, because I think that would make this more engaging. I'll be real. And not just like, you know, just like slamming my mouse against the canvas. Like, I have to imagine the speed runs for these kinds of games would be absolutely hilarious to watch, though. Like, just fucking imagine like having to like color like incredibly fast. I mean, the fact that it's got a bunch of these colors, a bunch of these languages is pretty cool. I do have to say, the fact that they went through the effort. I assume this is Pu-re-I, but I'm not a super knowledge in katakana. If that is katakana. I got into a point where I really wanted to learn Japanese, and I still do, but like I just got burnt on Duolingo, and so I just like did not retain much knowledge on it. Yeah. You basically just need to have like play, the basic menu app options, and then just like image 1, image 2, image 3. Yeah, like it doesn't need to be that complicated. I like this game because it makes me allow me to trick myself into thinking I'm good at drawing circles when I'm just doing these circular motions here. When I'm actually absolutely horrible at drawing circles. Also, I just noticed that, well, I noticed it a while ago, but I'm now fully realizing it doesn't have like a built-in like in-game cursor. And so you're getting to just watch me draw with my fucking Chaos Zero cursor. I like Sonic, okay? Sue me. I'm still bad at circles, damn it. The dream's dead. It doesn't put me in a good mood because it reminds me how bad I am at drawing circles on a tablet. Ugh. Ugh. Fine, I'll put it back to the English. Might change the music though, like it's fine, it just feels incredibly stock, like I'm about to be told if AstraZeneca is right for me. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but it is, like, kind of bland, the music, I mean. I'm just, like... I'm so brain broken by being a digital artist that I was like, what am I doing this? I should just use the fill bucket tool. Can you fucking imagine a coloring game when, thank you, Tin, a coloring game where you just use the fill bucket tool? And I didn't change the music. I'm sorry. Nothing against the music here, but it's not doing it for me. Let's just do the obvious one. Everyone does it, but Windows beep. But it's because it works. You know, it's a given. It's weird how to like press any button to start as if you're going to be like timed on this, you know? Oh, that's cool. Like you had to make the game yourself for them. Right. That's cool. Yeah, I do want to get into a game development that isn't, oh my god. Can I do what I want to do? Hold on. Oh, sorry. It doesn't even look like Among Us. It looks like the fucking the thinker head from Figure It Out. It doesn't even look like an Among Us. But I want to get into game development that isn't just visual novels. Cause I'm in that kind of folding ideas. I don't know James Rolfe situation. You know how that, like, entire video is about, like, an existential crisis of you're not a filmmaker, you're a YouTuber, and all that. It's, like, I kind of just have that feeling myself of, like, oh, you're not a game maker, you don't make games, you just make visual novels, you know? Like, obviously, in both cases, it's completely, like, fallacious and all that, but it's still, like, dumb anxiety brain. Also, what the fuck did I just color, by the way? We got these, like, nice birds, nice cats, demon spawn from hell. What is that? That's kind of weirdly out of place for the rest of them. But, like, that is just something that's, like, as just someone, you know, born and raised in Freedomville, vote, by the way, it does just become, like, it does feel, like, strangely invalidating when my only output is visual novels, which by our standards in the West are very niche compared to, like, first-person shooters and even platformers and RPGs. I thought this was gonna, like, the chicken. I wasn't expecting it to be a cake? I don't know how you pronounce or spell that. Like a parrot, like a kind of parrot. It's like I want to make games. Like, it feels incredibly reductive to say the phrase I want to make actual games, but like when you're like just laser dug straight into like a massive niche like this, it does just kind of feel like you're not actually making games, you know, you're just making, like, dumb anime bullshit stories, or I guess in my case, furry bullshit stories, usually. What I really need to do is just make my next visual novel in RPG Maker, and then I could just call it an Earthbound, like, I'll just say it's like Undertale, and then it'll make, like, gangbusters. Or it'll do gangbusters in terms of engagement, I mean. Like, obviously I'm not trying to, you know, just do this for popularity, but it's incredibly, you know, it just feels like shit when you're putting all of your effort into something you're deeply passionate about, and then it does single-digit numbers. It's like, yeah, I'm doing this for myself, I'm not doing this for the money or the popularity, but at the same time, I just feel like I'm wasting my time when I'm just sitting here, like, thumb up my ass doing visual novels that only, like, 3 or 5 people outside of my social circle are even engaging with, and even then, a lot of people in my social circle aren't even engaging with it, because I've made a lot of friends who I do love dearly very much, don't get me wrong, but, you know, a lot of them do not read visual novels. I made these friends from, like, a live streamer community and a SoundCloud shitpost community, not from visual novels, and so I just have a lot of friends that don't like reading. I don't worry, I've been thinking about that too, Tin. It's fine. I don't expect people to be into things, that they're not, even if it does get fucking depressing when I just don't have much people to talk about, when it comes to things I'm into. Like, I'm not about to force people into being into things I'm not into. I don't think that's a good thing to do, obviously. Like, I'm just more shitting into the void and hoping Since I'm hoping someone will wipe me, but that doesn't even, that's gross. That's fucking gross. I mean, I don't know, maybe you'll get into visual novels one day, and if not, then, you know, that's just your taste, and that's perfectly valid too. Like, it took me a while to get into visual novels, like, I bounced off it, like, several times, and then I played, like, I played Ace Attorney, I loved Ace Attorney, I tried, like, reading, like, Igarashi at one point, and it just, like, did not hit for me. And then at some point, like, you know, I played Danganronpa, and that's also, like, Ace Attorney, a very, light visual novel that's more closer to an action game, if anything. It's like a lesbian heart? What is this? You know, like, eventually I got myself worked up to the point where I was fine with reading, fucking 200 hours worth of visual novel. You know, it's like I built up tolerance, you know, so it's like coffee in a way, that it's sort of like an acquired taste. Like, if you're into it, you might not immediately be into it, and sometimes you're just not into it, and that's also fine. Like, I didn't fucking like coffee at all as a kid, and I, grew to have an interest in coffee afterwards. Like, that kind of bitterness just hits different when you're older, I guess. Hi, Vespa. This just turned into an impromptu therapy session. I don't really know how that happened. I don't really know how there's not much to say about, like, oh, there's a cow, whoa. So I'm just rambling about shit, I guess. That's amazing, Tin. What was I gonna say? Again, I do intend on doing, releasing all my visual novels in a compilation. It's just that what I'm figuring with it, I'm probably going to, like, extend the visual novels out, because there's, like, a bunch of stuff I wish I could have done, and I figure, you know, if I'm releasing it on Steam, and they're both, like, Tender Frame and Toil and Trouble are both, like, 12 to 13k words, fluctuate as 5k words, and so, like, the problem with me putting on Steam, you could finish those in 2.5 hours, is the problem. And so if I just put it verbatim on Steam, I would just not feel comfortable charging for it. It would just feel weird for me being like, hey, buy these games that are just, like, really small and you could finish reading in an afternoon. It's not like I'm gonna, like, add, like 90,000 words to Tender Frame. It's just I'm gonna, like, add some foreshadowing for the final act. I'll just elaborate on some parts that I felt like just went by too quickly. Like, there's the scene where Leonte is like, hey, I could stay with Adrena, or, but I'm leaving my friends behind. But it's like, you never get much in the way of, like, why does she see them as friends, given we don't see much of that in the brief moment you see them. You know, it's kind of written up as if it was, like, you're supposed to just implicitly understand that. So I think that would be fun to, like, add some elaboration onto that. Not necessarily just adding in more scenes at the beginning, though there are some scenes at the beginning I wanted to add in anyway. But I already have some ideas for that. And then, like, stuff with, like, Fluctuate. I had, like, a way smaller turnaround, just because of it coming, like, right as I quit my job. And so I was just very, still not fully there, honestly. As if I'm here right now, really. Just, drawing a fucking burger like it's a Simple Flips thumbnail. While just waxing about, my fucking miserable life as an artist and a game designer. But what I figure is, like, Tender Frame, I just want to, like, flesh out some scenes, fix up some facts with how the villain of the third act literally appears out of nowhere. I kind of want to just fix that up, because there's, like, some obvious shit I could have done to foreshadow it. Fluctuate, I just felt like it moves way too fast and didn't really hit upon what I wanted to hit upon. Like, it literally, like, the fucking title doesn't even really mean anything. It just sounded cool, and I just sort of went with it because it sounded cool. I wanted to call Fluctuate a scripts.rpy to just, like, really hammer in the fact that it is about struggling to finish stories and all that. But I was like, that's gonna send me straight down to the gutter for SEO. And that's unfortunately something you have to consider with even for passion projects. And it's like crowbarred in some pontifications about, like, who you are and how that changes with time, and, like, what do you do with that fact that you change over the years. But I, like, thinking on the story a bit more, there's definitely more I could have put in there to, like, hammer in that theme that would have just naturally, like, slid in. I just couldn't think of it at the time, and, you know, just hindsight's 20/20 on that regard. 21 Trouble, I feel like I just need to put more scenes building on Sabine's mental state prior to the inciting incident, just because I feel like that does just run, and even after the inciting incident, before the setup for the third act, I feel like it just moves way too fast. And I feel like I could do more to flesh that out as well. Like, I just remember, like, when I was a dumb kid writing My Little Pony fanfiction, and obviously I was a kid at the time, so my pacing was, like, way worse, like, fucking obviously, but, like, I remember I, like, submitted it to, like, a friend for feedback, and they said the pacing was way too fast. And, like, you know, again, dumb kid, that's just how it be. But, like, for whatever reason, I guess because I just, like, am just fucking traumatized, and, you know, I just, I can never remember the good moments in my life, only the bad moments and the moments that traumatized me. Like, hearing that criticism, though it was true, obviously, has just made me constantly self-conscious about how I pace my stories. And I feel like when I'm writing, I tend to have a problem where I take, like, too much of a utilitarian path when writing a story, where I'm just like, okay, here's this main moment, and then here's the transition into this main moment, and then, so, you know, I just don't feel like I have, like, much in the way of, like, either, like, proper setup, or leaving moments to breathe, or even, like, elaborating on scenes rather than just hitting the key aspects of it and then moving on. And so I'm just always perpetually overthinking my pacing, and I don't know. I think 10k words is good for fanfiction. I think 10k words is kind of fucking depressing for visual novels. Like, for a game jam, sure, 10k words is nothing to, like, disregard. Like, it's a lot. The fact that I'm able to, like, put out 10k words, like, over, like, 20-30 drawings, and, like, pick out, like, music and sound effects, even if I'm not composing it myself, it's still very impressive, don't get me wrong. But it just feels like a fucking drop of water compared to, like, visual novels on Steam, or, like, anything you get on, like, Itch.io, where I feel like you would want to be hitting closer to 50 to 100,000 words. And so I'm not gonna shoot for, like, that milestone with this compilation, because it's, you know, it's just meant to be, oh my god, this is the cutest little thing I've ever seen. Like, hold the phone, what the fuck is this little bird with a chef's hat? It's amazing, holy shit. That's fucking amazing. I wish you could just, like, download these as like little Steam images, you know, like have like a little like avatar or whatever. I mean, I guess you could, because they're achievements. Each painting is tied to achievement. You could just showcase them on your profile. Like I'm not gonna shoot for like 50k words per story, but I'd love to bump it up to like 20 per. At least for like Toil and Trouble and Tender Frame, I'd love to hit 20. And then with Fluctuate, I'd love to hit 10. Honestly, given I was kind of shocked, like I put a lot into it, and then when it was done, I only hit 5k words, and I was like, fuck me, it's so short. You can finish that in half an hour. So I just want to like flesh the stories out, like use a bit of hindsight, not like completely hard rewrite them. Obviously, that would just defeat the purpose entirely. Yeah. Like, I think the idea of making a visual novel compilation of like my Game Jam games, just like flesh out parts that I wasn't really sure where to go with, or just like, you know. The thing is, when I'm writing these, I write like a rough outline, maybe character bios, and then I just like stream of conscious, just shit it all out, you know. Like, I'm passionate about it, don't get me wrong, but I bet, you know, I just like blast through it because I have a month deadline, which realistically, given how bad I procrastinate, it's more of a 2-week deadline. And so what I figure I'll do is I'll just put them in one engine, like one executable rather, just extend some scenes I didn't really feel like did what I wanted them to do, like, you know, fix up foreshadowing in Tender Frame, add some more character moments to Fluctuate and Toil and Trouble and all that. Finish Leap, because I never finished that, because I want to do that, but then I was just completely just drained by work. And so, you know, that'll be like 4 visual novels that are approximately like a 10-15k word length each. And so I think that would be a decent length for a visual novel. Being like an anthology where each thing is like 15 to 20 words long. 20k words long. And then also maybe just do like voice acting with friends just for the fuck of it as a bonus. And then just throw it on Steam for like $10. Like, I think that would be fine. Just make it like flush it out and then just dump it on Steam and be like, hey, you can check these out if you want. What is it, Tin? Twitch. I was about to say, like, I didn't see that on your chat thing. It's so stupid. That does guarantee a bad mood. I just don't get why they do that. I just hate when corporations just change things arbitrarily to appease investors. But hey, I got Tender Frame on here, so if anyone's playing that for... That does sound cool, Kill. Yeah, I think making an adventure game would be fun. I think it'd be fun to just try out. I do like, just trying out different, genres and just seeing what sticks and all that. I still have that, like, dumb idea that I kinda want to get into mascot horror. A, because I think what I could put to the table would be really fun. And B, because that shit does gangbusters, and I would fucking kill to have a mascot horror popularity. Like, fuck. If I could have, like, bootlegs of my dumb character designs and have my dumb character designs being, like, flooding the shelves of Targets in a suburban America, that'd be cool as hell. Like, I'm not even gonna make any fucking qualms about it. That's fucking sick. Like, as much as people, like, shit on, like, Garden of Bonbon, Poppy's Playtime, Five Nights at Freddy's, and all that, like, those people did the work, is the thing, you know? And those people did the work, and it's honestly impressive. I did play one kill. I was in a maze of twisty passages, all like fucking losing my mind. Fucking hated that so much. It was fun, don't get me wrong, but it's a nightmare. I had a dumb idea about it. I know. I had a dumb idea for, with my mascot horror, was that, God. There's another thing that I remember also says that, I don't know if it, like, if I'm just thinking the same thing, but I remember there's another thing that also references that, and I was like, God damn it. But the idea of it, oh my god, these birds are amazing. But, like, for my mascot horror idea, you know, you have to think in terms of, like, accessibility. Like, I'm not gonna make a fucking mascot horror visual novel as accessible as a visual novel is from a gameplay standpoint. It's reading. People don't like to read. I don't want to just make it a fucking, like, Slenderly 8 pages, clone again. You know. Hold on. Fuck, I always mess it up. Hold on. Damn it! I always mess it up. Oh no, the thing is, making a Resi fucking survival horror tank control game, even without the tank controls, that's not accessible to, like, YouTubers. Like, you have to think in terms of, like, YouTubers about that kind of shit. Like, would Markiplier play, Resident Evil, for YouTube? No. And I'm not saying, like, obviously, I have to think in terms of, like, you know, like, you can think of something.
My name is Markiplier, and yes, I would.
Damn, I guess I was proven wrong. I guess I was wrong. I guess Markiplier would play my game. He was forgetting something. I knew I freaking forgot something before I went live. Let me change the music. What's another game that has, like, drawing in it? Not drawn to life. Like, it's what I would be fine with putting on. Weedy Kingdom. But if you think you have a good soundtrack, I don't remember anything in that game's soundtrack is the problem. Scribblenauts. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, damn, The Sims does not have, like, only has one song on Smash Custom Music for Sims 1. Oh wait, no, let's just continue doing the easy ones. Let's continue using the gimmies. Yeah. But, like, I think you can think of a creative work in terms of how will this sell, and, like, how will I get engagement from this? while also still being passionate about it. Like, people like tend to think that it's like a binary black and white. Like, you have to make it a passion project or it has to be like a soulless cash grab or whatever, you know. But it can be both. Like, and so like with this mascot horror, I'm trying to think of like what would you like a YouTuber play, you know, like what would be something that like a kid would play, you know, like a kid's not gonna play like a Resident Evil game, you know, like you know, like, you know, a lot of you people grew up with Resident Evil as kids, but you were a different generation from then, you know, like kids are gonna either play or watch people play like fucking Five Nights at Freddy's or like Bendy and the Ink Machine, and so, you know, I have to put that into consideration, which I think is fun, you know, like I don't think it's like soul sucking, honestly. I think it's more like a puzzle. Like, you could chalk it up to me having grown up with video games for way too long, and thus I think of things in terms of video games, and, you know, that's not healthy and all that. But I just think of that shit like a fucking puzzle. Like, what would fit, and what would also drive up good engagement. And so, like, I feel like what I would want to do with my mascot horror, just because, like, a lot of them are just, it's completely oversaturated with walking simulator with puzzles, and you have to run away from the big scary thing that screams at you and when you get caught. I think it'd be fun to make it a point and click. Like, I might actually just make a... Well, it would be in 3D. Maybe a 3D, 2D hybrid, where it's like 2D billboarded sprites. But like being able to transition from scene to scene as a result, you could just move the camera around from one location to another. I think that would be an interesting way to make a mascot horror, just because like you don't really see that much, and that's not necessarily Nancy Drew. Like it's not like it's not gonna be like a mist, like where it's like you like transition from one room, it cuts to like that new angle or whatever, you know. Like, I just think, you know, you could like, it's hard to like figure out how to put it to words, but like being able to like push the camera forwards from one position in the room to the next, you know, like the fucking like the fucking menus in Persona 5, which I feel like is like a bad way of fucking describing it, but you know, like how that one will just pan in and out from like different locations is kind of what I was thinking. Oh my god, this is so much. But like, yeah, like I think that could be an interesting way to do a mascot horror, would be to just like, because, you know, at the end of the day, you're just clicking, and so, granted, that makes it harder for me, because then, like, it really is just, like, the bomb under the table and, like, sound design and kind of stuff that has to do with a lot of legwork with making that, like, terrifying. But, like, I think that is simple enough that, like, a YouTuber or a kid could play it and would get a lot of interest in it. But, like, complicated enough that it is, like, still feeling like you're doing something and not just clicking over and over again. I think that's like an interesting way to handle a mascot horror. I think that'd be a fun little challenge for me. Happy Halloween, everyone. And I have some like dumb fun ideas for it. Like, it's gonna be like, with what I have in mind for it, it's gonna be a mix of, like, emotional earnesty, mixed in with just, like, stupid dumb bullshit. Like, for some reason, when I saw shit for, like, Poppy Playtime, in my head, I imagined it being, like, a parody of mascot horror, not necessarily in terms of like making fun of it, like, you know, like Meatly's Meat Locker or whatever that was, but more just like it just acknowledges how ridiculous mascot horror is and just plays around with it. Like, that's the kind of lens I want to take to my mascot horror, is, like, there's aspects of seriousness to it, but it's aware of how, like, ridiculous the thing is, and wants to have, like, some levity with it. It's, like, similar to fucking Baldi's Basics. Like, that was just a goof on fucking Slender, you know? Like, the jump scares are just, you hear, like, a shrill tone, and then you see, like a fucking heavily compressed image of, like, a stapler or something. Like, that shit's funny as hell. I think Baldi's Basics is great, honestly. I remember watching the dev, Jesus Christ, it's a lot of color. I remember watching the dev, like, beat his own game for the first time, because he had never beat the game, and so, like, to promote it for the Kickstarter, he actually beat it, and it was actually really fun to watch. Yeah, I will put, my Game Jam stuff on Steam, extend it out, get some, voice acting, maybe. At least for, Tender Frame and Toil and Trouble. I don't really see a point to voice acting for, Fluctuate. And when I do finish Leap, I don't really feel like it's gonna need to be voice acting, given both Fluctuate and Leap are, like, very much a trapped in the head of the protagonist type story, rather than a narrative where the character's actually, like, interacting with other people. I also would love to make my own music for it, but the problem is I'm just, like, still fucking putting off, like, sitting down and understanding how to do music theory. And so as a result, I just don't fucking know how to make music. And let me tell you, picking out royalty-free songs is one of the most soul-sucking experiences I've ever had when it comes to game development. Like, I hate fucking networking, and marketing your game and all that. Like, I hate that shit. It's so boring. But I'd rather do that over, having to pick out fucking songs and just looking through, like, the free songs, which are well-made. Don't get me wrong. They're, like, all well-made. But, like, I don't know. I'm an auteur. I'm a pretentious douchebag. And so, like, I just have specific visions for how I want my stories to look and sound. And so having to pick out someone else's music that's made generic enough to fit any form factor, it just, I don't know. Like, I always just feel like I'm having to make compromises more so than when you normally do when you make, creative work. Where it's just like, this doesn't fully sound like what I want it to sound, but what I want it to sound is something that only I can make, you know? It's just like, it's fucking depressing. Especially when you're me and you don't have a license for, Pond 5, and all that. And so you're even more limited by just whatever is free on itch.io. There's a lot of good stuff on itch.io, don't get me wrong. Like, there's some, like, really good music I used for, like, Tender Frame and Toil and Trouble, but, like, and Fluctuate. But, yeah, no, it's just, like, the fact that I kinda have to look for free stuff because I'm making this for a jam, and thus, I'm much more limited in my resources and time. It's just fucking depressing. I just want to make music. I didn't want my music to sound like the shit you hear in Umineko. I'll be fucking real here. But, like, it's not something I'm able to find off of itch.io. I'll be real. So of course I wouldn't. Uh, going to the topic of this game, though, this game's fine. It's neat. I just wish there was an option, like in Coloring Pixels, where you can, you know, color outside the lines, because then it would actually make it more engaging and, like, interesting. Because, like, the thing about art is that you do make mistakes and you have to correct yourself for them, or just accept them and find a beauty in those mistakes. But it's just kind of got the fucking drawn-to-life problem, where you're just super limited and doesn't just really feel like you're doing much except just going by numbers, pun unintended. Like, this is fine, don't get me wrong. I don't know if I would have paid for it, though. I mean, I got it on sale, though. I would. It is very much a cozy, get it on a sale game. Is my review of this game. Oh, I'm gonna get banned from email, aren't I? I mean, I'm not opted. I mean, I accidentally opted into play then decide for this when I meant to do, like, yeah, I'm 100% gonna do content for this game. But yeah, like, I've got aspirations for shit outside of visual novels. I just have to contend with A, my own depression, and B, just the fact that that depression is being compounded by the fact that most of what I put out just never gets a following, no matter how many hashtags I plug into it. This is a great frog, by the way. Like, I have a fucking Corpo Killer that No More Heroes, like, I want to do. I've got, like, obviously Hellcat Cuties, I've got, like, a bunch of, like, visual novels and webcomics I want to do, you know, I've got Mon Mona, the ever-living monolith that it is, I've got, Kill Demon, XOXO, Chase Storm. Which, now that I've convinced Vespa it's being fine with it being called Chase the Storm, I did realize has a fucking sick-as-hell shortening of Chase Storm. Wyvern. I'm having a fucking fluctuate moment right now. Oh god. Oh no, I mean, like... Oh! I forgot you could zoom in. I was like, what the fuck? What the hell? Oh, Purgatory 2, Fluctuate 2. Like that. Like Chase Storm. Yeah, I think that's neat. How, like that, like Chase the Storm gets, like, you can condense it, like how, like, a lot of Japanese stories get condensed. You just condense it to Chase Storm, and I think that's pretty sick. Oh yeah, Peaceful Purgatory. God. I really just am, Allison from Kevin Can Fuck Himself, just never fucking finishing anything. And there's another reason Kevin Can Fuck Himself hits so emotionally deep, because it is very much just a story about feeling like you're just stuck in a stagnant purgatory and unsure of how much of that is your fault, and how much of that is just the fact that, like, everyone around your life is just content with just fucking rotting. And so, yeah, no, that story hit way too close to home. Like, excuse me, Kath, it's a Fluctuate 2. Which is kind of happening. Like, I'm not explicitly going to, like, bring back the characters of Fluctuate, and it's not going to be called Fluctuate 2. But I have a story in mind that is, like, spiritually a successor to that, which elaborates on other emotions and all that. that I've been like struggling with with my work. You know, it's literally what we've been talking about. It's about, like, you know, Fluctuate is about just having too many unfinished projects and just sitting on them and being like, can I even finish these if I'm not the same person I was when I thought of them? Whereas this other project is more about just that fucking pit in my stomach of putting out a passion project and then no one gives a shit about it. Cammy can fuck herself. I just picked up on that. It took me a second to get. That's really good. I do definitely recommend Kevin Can Fuck Himself. It is a really fun, dark comedy, even if it also hits way close to home. It's a really good, a dark comedy drama. I've been sort of in a, Rintaro Okabe undoing all the world lines moment, where I've started so many projects and I've yet to finish any of them, that I'm kind of just trying to, thinking of working my way backwards and trying to finish them. Like, I still want to work on, like, Library, and I still want to work on, you know, FCK and all that. But in my head, I'm kind of thinking, like, I might just want to finish Peaceful Purgatory and Mon Mona, and then go back to those other stuff. Like, I've just been sitting on those ideas for so long, I kind of want to just put them to rest so I don't feel like they're just hanging over me. Because I'm still passionate about them, that's why I've not just, like, hard canceled them, but, you know, it feels kind of fucking humiliating that I came up with a bunch of ideas in 2016, and those are the ideas I've just been sitting and thinking about for the past 8 years. I mean, Kevin Can Fuck Himself is very much just a critique of gender norms as depicted in sitcoms, is really the most condensed way I can put it. I don't fucking know, Vespa. Part of me just wants to just make it a visual novel just so I can just get it out, but part of me still really wants to try making comics. I figure for if I do keep it as a comic, let me change the music again. I'm getting a bit tired of this song too. Well, there's Webtoon, which I don't really want to publish for, because I don't like webtoons in the context of, you know, endless scrolling comics. I'm sorry, like, I have, like, acquiesced on points that I feel like some people, like, consider themselves to be, like, or just acting like boomers about, you know, I feel like, oh, why does everything have to be an app all the day? Meanwhile, I'm just, like, sitting here on, like, the McDonald's app or Dairy Queen app and just buying stuff like it ain't no thing. But, like, and, like, you know, I don't engage with YouTube Shorts or TikToks outside of, like, whatever people link on other social media, or just watching cute animal videos on, like, the most I engage with YouTube Shorts on a daily basis is just watching videos of, like, cute alligators, or, like, iguanas, and all that. But that's the point to say is, I don't like endless scrolling webtoons. Like, it looks fine for, like, I've read a bunch of them, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not like I've just completely refused to interrogate them. Like, when I had a subscription to Marvel Unlimited, which I do want to renew at some point, because it is honestly, like, Marvel Unlimited is, like, what Netflix was in the, like, the 2000s, 2010s, of how, like, good platform eliminates the need for piracy and all that. Like, Marvel Unlimited is fucking sick as hell for reading Marvel comics, honestly. Like, it's a really good thing if you're a Marvel fan. So, like, I really should have gotten some drink while doing this. I was not expecting to be this talkative here. Yeah, let me get some drink. My mouth is killing me. I'll be right back real quick. I was bringing Marvel Unlimited because, you know, I've read their equivalent of webtoons on there. You know, like, I read all of Alligator Loki up to the point where they'd stopped publishing it. But I think they brought it back, so I gotta, like, get another subscription to read more of it. And I've read all of Jeff as well. Both, like, fucking phenomenal webtoons. But no, I just don't like webtoons. I do not like the vertical endless scrolling format of a comic, because I feel like that is just so much harder to figure out how to, like, it's not like it's impossible, like, obviously it's just a different form of telling stories, and so it requires a different discipline to it. But I just do not, like, I don't like the having to adapt a story for just scrolling down from top to bottom until the end of the chapter. Like, I just do not think that, to me personally, is an interesting way to tell a story. So, like, I might put my stuff on there. It's not gonna be in that format if I do, because I don't... You know, maybe... I will just say, in case I eat my... So I don't have to eat my words, I may just change my mind and do that just because it's the format there, or the typically accepted format there. Like, I might reformat my comics in a format, so no, I'm not gonna fucking eat my words. Like, oh, this you? Like, posting clip of the stream. But no, it's not a style I prefer. But I might post my comics there. I know people post comics just on their regular art things. Like, I've seen comics posted to Fur Affinity, seen comics posted to Tumblr. There's also Comic Fury, which seems like a pretty cool looking website. I don't know how active it is. If you hit the popular overall tab, it's mostly just Pokemon Mystery Dungeon fan comics. I wrote that into voice like, oh, why I oughta teach you how to paint. But yeah, no, I don't actually know where people post comics anymore. Like, does Drunk Duck still exist, or whatever that was? Like, I'm probably just gonna dump it to, like, all socials like I would anything else. And then just fucking pray, I guess. I got a bunch of ideas for stuff that I want to keep comics. Like Monmo and I waffle on and on about if I want to make it a comic or a visual novel, and it started life as an RPG before I changed my mind on that. But like Kill Demon, I want to keep a comic. Chase Storm, I want to keep a comic, even if I do also want to make games for it. Which I do need to, unfortunately. Unfortunately for me, because of having to post to a trillion different platforms is fucking exhausting. I do need to look into seeing where the fuck you post comics anymore. This is an amazing image, by the way, of a cat in a donut. This is great. Like, as disappointing as this game is in the fact that you cannot, like, color outside the lines, it does have some pretty good illustrations, I will have to say. But yeah. And I'm probably also just gonna put my stuff out on itch.io. I might just make, like... I don't know if I'm gonna do, like, every issue as a separate thing. I know Gumroad and equivalent stores are also probably good platforms for comics. I've seen people post, like, fetish comics on Gumroad and all that. Well, maybe the conservatives got to Gumroad and they had to move elsewhere. But, like, you know, like, the idea of digital storefront is more what I mean. But for itch.io, I might honestly just do, like, digital trades, I guess. And just, like, every few quote-unquote issues, I will just, like, put it out on, itch.io as if it was a trade paperback. Oh my god. I can try again for an Among Us, hold on. How big do you make the Among Us? Hold on. If I make it bigger, I want to try to make it bigger, because I want to do the visor. Damn it! This stream is brought to you by the letter A! As in... Ah! Anyway. Oh yeah, you're right. A for Ampu Camilla. But like, I just noticed my chat's not been showing up this entire time. This entire time, it's just not been showing up. What the fuck? Oh, it's been down here this entire time. Damn it! I've almost become like one of those normo streamers that doesn't show their stream chat at the bottom or side. It's because I was fixing it for this one, so it covers the entire screen, and then I never did it here, and so this entire time the chat's just been not there. That sucks. That sucks. Fucking Twitch chat replay thing sucks so much shit because it doesn't, like, permanently save the chat. Whatever. It's not like people watch these streams anyway. What was I talking about? Because I really like the platform of itch.io, honestly. I think itch.io's platform is, like, really good. And so I'll probably just post my comics there as well. Just compile them to, like, a PDF or a zip file. Maybe add some concept art and all that. And just do, like, covers like a comic. I was thinking, like, these dots where the mouth is, I thought those were the eyes for a split second. I was like, oh my god, there's the tiniest fucking eyes on this cat. Because with Chase Storm, oh my god, a seal, I love them. With Chase Storm, I want to do covers for it like a comic. I want to split it out into issues, because I think that's, you know, a fun thing to do, honestly. And, you know, it's an homage to Archie Sonic. I think that fits for it. And Summon Mona is a bit looser, same with Kill Demon. But I'd love to still compile shit and just put it out on platforms and pretend like I ever have a snowball's chance in hell of getting physical releases. I would fucking love to be able to go to my comic store and be like, hey, look, I've got issues of my own. Hey, look, I've got issues. Look at me with my mental illness. I got a... You know. Yeah, I just think it'd be cool to be able to go to a comic store and see my own dumb shit character designs on the printed paper. I just think it'd be cool to have physical anything of my characters, honestly. Just mass-produced guff of my physical characters. So I've been thinking, and I gotta do it sooner rather than later if I do it. I wanna make like some Christmas designs, put them up on Redbubble, and then just buy my own shirts. Just because I only have one Christmas shirt, and it's of I only have one Christmas shirt, and it's a Pikachu. It's a neat shirt, you know, it's one of those fake Christmas sweater t-shirts. But I want to get more. I always want to get like a t-shirt of like Input wearing a Santa hat, you know? And I think it'd be cool to do that on Redbubble. I just gotta do it sooner rather than later, otherwise I'm just not gonna be able to get it in time for the holidays. So I'd chalk it up to putting things off until the last minute all the damn time. I'm not doing a fucking gacha. Like, I'm acquiescing and saying I'm doing mascot horror. I'm not doing a gacha. Like, people fucking accuse a mascot horrors of being a cash grab all the time. Gachas are literally cash grabs. This fucking cow. This fucking cow. I misread all of what you said, and I thought you were saying a Will Ferrell elf got you stuff for Christmas. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, Vespa? I think we'll run to an hour and a half and call it here and switch over to the next game. You know, like, I have inadvertently gotten really close to the oh god, to the halfway point of this game. And you know, I gotta incentivize people to play the game themselves, you know? I was not expecting to get halfway through this game in one go. I'll be quite real. Man, no, we had such great music. I mean, let's talk about something that isn't just how fucking bad I am at life. And let's talk about how good the music on the Wii was. I might work on... I'll probably work on commissions today. If not today, then definitely tomorrow. I did want to corral Vespa into reading more Higurashi. Man, I know I'm just veering from one depressing topic to another, but it's like... When video games became mainstream, they really just got boring. Not even in a AAA space, just like fucking Nintendo. The Switch has no charm compared to, like, it has like some stuff obviously, but Like, the fucking Wii U was just the last dying breath of Nintendo having a soul, or at least pretending to. Like, the fucking music. The music the Wii had, the music the Wii U had, the music the 3DS had. Oh yeah, definitely, because, like, Nintendo, I feel like they died in the middle of the Wii U and not when the Switch came out. But, like, damn. Like, remember when fucking interfaces had, like, atmosphere, they had ambience, that if Nintendo, they had music? Now it's just generic. It's all just generic and utilitarian. Like, gaming has just become so boring these days when you're, like, not, looking in the indie scene. What the fuck is this? What am I looking at? What the fuck is this? Oh! Oh, you're right, it is a clownfish. I thought it... Tilt your head, Cammy! I thought it was like a fucking, like, weird vase, or like a... Like a fucking... Like some weird kind of pastry. But yeah, you're right, Tim. Like, I feel like menu design, and even, like, extrapolating that further, with the exception of games made by Sega, honestly, with shit like Persona and Sonic, I feel like UI design has also just been lost in the past 10-15 years. Is this pancakes with a face? Am I doing pancakes with a face? This is great. I kind of want to try Frontiers one final time now that I, like, have gone completely engrossed in Shadow Generations. But, like, fuck, dude. That's why I figured you'd be playing Shadow Gens now. And then... breed Higurashi at night. Eh. I mean, if you don't feel like you're up to Higurashi, don't force yourself. You always have the rest of the week until you have to go back to your job. Jam. What's everyone's favorite things to put on bread? Oh right, we're gonna do Lethal Company on Wednesday, and then Butter's planned for no Outbreak. I mean, I'm gonna be real, Kill. I was fully just not expecting to stream at all this week, just because I've been fucking depressed. Like, I'm mainly doing this stream today because I am contractually obligated to, and I don't even want to play these games. Don't ban me from Keymailer. But like, you know, I put it off to the last minute, you know, like I always do. And so I'm doing this now, even though I did not want to stream at all this week. So I've got, like, some commissions I need to do, because Vespa had a bunch of, like, Halloween commissions that I would feel bad doing post-Halloween. Like, I did their summer commission post-summer. And obviously you'd be understanding of it, I get it, but, like... I mean, it's just more that I gotta work on commissions, too, so... This would probably be a bad week for Outbreak. Anyway... Going back to the conversation, I like Nutella. Like, I feel like that's a white bread answer to say Nutella. But Nutella's just fucking good. It's so expensive, though. Does Walmart... Hold on. Fuck, Walmart does sell a great value Nutella. Fat coupon. Oh, great. The malware on my computer is trying to take me places. I just have a problem where, like, I think because I tried using some survey websites, it keeps trying to redirect me to places, and so I just get my ad blocker constantly blocking that. Like, I need just, like, deep six my browser. But, like, yeah, I just usually do PB&J. My dad, for some reason, is really preferring jam over jelly. I don't even know what the difference is. I'm gonna be honest. But fuck, I need to get Nutella. I fucking love Nutella. But you know what I also like? Because my mom bought it like once and I tried it and I'm just like super into it. Fucking peach preserves. Like I'm not even that much of like a peach person. I like peach cobbler, but like peach preserves are just so good with bread. Like I fucking love peach preserves like so much. So fucking good. I would kill a man for peach preserves. No, I would kill a man for pecan pie. Like this is another thing I tried on a whim at Walmart, and I just am fucking obsessed with it. I fucking love peach pie, the pecan pie rather. Why is this planet Earth the heart in the middle? That's what I'm wondering. I've said it a billion times, but yeah, the fact is like I just never learned any instruments, and as a result, it's just so much harder for me to figure out melodies. Like, you know, like when you first get into something, like everything you make is gonna be dog shit and derivative. Like when you're drawing art, you're probably just gonna be, for the first time, you're probably just going to be copying the images verbatim because you do not have an art style yet. And so it's just sort of a rut you start yourself in that you have to crawl your way through. And I don't know how to get out of that one for music making, and it sucks, because, like, I would fucking love to get into music making, but I don't know shit about, like, key signatures, chords, at all, honestly, or, like, anything, like, synth patches and all that. Like, I have choir experience, too, so I have, like, the musical training to know when something sounds off-key, you know, and be able to correct that. Like, you know, I am a choir kid through and through, and I still have to go to choir even though I really don't want to. But yeah, no, it's just, like, something I absolutely struggle with when it comes to, like, figuring out how to start a song, continue it, make it last more than 30 seconds. I took some music theory courses in college, and, like, I was actively paying attention to it. It's not like all my other courses where I put everything to the last minute and then controlled F the textbooks to do the open book quizzes, and got a shockingly good degree despite that fact. But, like, I just did not fully grasp shit like key signatures and key signatures, scales, and pretty much everything to do with chords. I just had a hard time grasping, and just the fact that I only had, like, I think I only had one semester about it, because I was gonna do, because, like, at the end of my school career, I did not realize that you were mandated to take electives for your degree until the last minute. So at the last minute, I signed up for a music theory course and 2 art courses. I was gonna do an art course and 2 music theory courses, but with how, like, when you're signing up for classes, it's like an A-B schedule. They just did not have it so that I could sign up for with like what was available, I should say. They did not have, so I could do like one music theory course and then another music theory course the next half. Once I cleared the first one being a prereq. And so I just had to just not do that, and I had to do 2 art courses. Don't get me wrong, it was a lot of fun. Like, it helps me brush up on like perspective and all that. Even that's something I still perpetually also fucking struggle with my art, visualizing in 3D space and doing perspective. Oh god, I hate backgrounds so much. And I got to experiment with a lot of art stuff. Like I got to paint in charcoal, charcoal. Sorry, my accent is slipping. And I did not like it. I'm sure I'd like it if I tried it actively, but like I just was not doing well with charcoal. Charcoal? No, charcoal. It's C-O-A-L. It's not C-O-I-L. It's not charcoal. What am I talking about? It was an interesting time. I drew a self-portrait of myself, and I realized I look like a fucking... I look like an Asian fucking Rasputin, or, oh god, who's the guy who did, The Killing Joke in Watchmen? It's not Miller. Alan Moore. Like, Alan Moore. I just look like a Filipino Alan Moore, because I have not transitioned yet, and it sucks. I'm just too spoiled by digital art, letting you, undo. Not even that. Like, that helps, obviously. More so being able to rescale an image or move it around the canvas. Like, if I start, like, way too close to one side of the canvas. Like, I like the risk-taking of physical art, but I also like being able to move the canvas, or if I fuck up and make the head too big, I just really like being able to tweak that. Yeah, we'll do this set, and then, honestly, I might as well just do the other... What do you mean? I mean, like... As in, like, this. Like, if I just, like... do this, and... Oh no, I moved it too close to the edge, I could just do this, you know? Like, physically moving the... Like, you know? That's what I mean. I need to close this tab. I need to stop thinking about peach preserves. That's gonna take... I'm gonna be thinking way too much about peach preserves if I do not get that. It's like I've been watching commercials with you guys, and I'm just thinking, man, I could go for Taco Bell, and I've been thinking about that for the past, like, 2-3 fucking days now. It's like, oh my god, Taco Bell sounds so good right now. And Wendy's, and KFC, and just anything. Fuck. Me hungry. I've been on a fucking diet of spaghetti. Basically. Spaghetti and ramen. Just because we don't have that much money right now. Because Dad only gets his, a welfare check. A retirement check. Every second Wednesday. And... unfortunately, my shit with art is not panning out nearly as much as a dead-end job that was psychologically crushing me to dust. And a new church that I am being forced to go to is a ways away to the point where it's costing way more gas than going to the other church was. What am I looking at? Is it? Oh, it's coconuts. I'm painting a coconut. I mean, I liked, like, going back to you saying that I should get into painting. You should make me get into painting. I did a Vine Sauce Joel did those streams where in Mario Paint he would paint along to Bob Ross, and I did that with him. Like I actually like pulled out my art tool and actually painted along with that, and it was a lot of fun. I'm just going to 70. It's not going to fill out the page, but it's going to get us to the halfway point. And it's also a frog with a wizard hat. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's half of the game. Play the game yourself if you want to. It is on Steam for $7 US and has a free demo if you wanted to try it out. Um, so why is the music still going even when I play out the game? Where's that? I want to find that now. I can find the Bob Ross. Bob Ross. Oh, yeah. How do you play the game? How do you play the game? Well, it's right here. If you do want to play it yourself. For fans of coloring pixels, there is Colorizing. Well, I don't find the Bob Ross paintings I did. I don't think they're perfect, but like I was literally just like scrambling to figure out like what would be the closest approximation to a paintbrush in Paint Tool Sai. So, let me see if we can find it. So I'm actually very curious to see if I can find it. Is it this? What is this? No. God, this is me trying to learn anatomy, and it was very much just like, it looks good now, but back in the moment, I was just very aggravated and upset because learning is just full of smashing your head into a brick wall until you understand something. Problem is, I don't always name my shit in a way that makes sense, and so if I do still have it, which I probably do, it is not named in a way that I can easily identify it as. And it's like, why am I like this? This? No. God, my art used to suck shit back in 2018. I feel like my art only really got good around like 2019, 2020, and even then, it has like a bunch of like slump periods where I was drawing things a bit weird. What is this? I don't know what this is. Also, the reason I'm not showing it on here is because I don't know what of this is and isn't just porn. And so I don't feel like just showing my ass on stream. Like, I don't think I should open up the image angrytitties.sci. I just don't think that's exactly a good idea. Yeah, whatever. I can't find it. It's fine. I'll look for it another time. But that's gonna do it for this part of the stream. I am going to take the stream down and bring it back up for the next game, just so it looks like I'm doing separate streams. So stay tuned when I go live again, and we'll just pretend like I have been live for the first time. 'Cause why not? You know?